Is this my mic? Hey everybody.
Hold on.
How is everybody? Thank you so much. You know, as you mentioned, we just got into the studio. We have the incredible Eddie Love. We have Sue Fearless here with us. We're just setting up. I know the coloring is a little weird, right?
A little weird. Weird. It's going back and forth.
It's going back and forth. But here we are in the studio in Stroudsburg, PA. And again, I apologize for the delay. I know you guys are tuning in, especially my real loyal followers, and I love you for that. But sitting next to Eddie Love makes me a little nervous because, you know, he's celebrity status. And I'm going to get schooled on how it really goes down behind the mic. Right, Ed?
You're funny.
No, on the ride here, Eddie and Sue and I had a conversation, and it was incredible. I wanted to start to talk about some other things, but then we started talking about valuing yourself, and what else did we talk about? There was a whole bunch of stuff that we were talking about. And in the industry that we're in the business that we're in, even if you're not in this industry, in entertainment, let's say, valuing yourself in general, like what I've been talking about every week, is so super important. And Eddie, you had said something. Hi, everybody. You had said something about when you're somewhere and you're not valued. I'll let you take over. Eddie Love got the house now. He got this.
Well, hey now.
Hey now.
But by the grace of God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blessed to be here.
Look at all the hearts Eddie's getting.
Blessed to be here once again.
Welcome to Genesis Radio.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
I got to keep the hood version. What up? What's going on?
What's side? To all my Cali friends listening, I see you out there.
Yes.
But what we were talking about was that, biblically speaking, it says, "To thine own self be true."
That's right.
And if you find yourself in a situation that you're not being true to yourself, then you're undervaluing yourself.
That's
and
right.
You can't expect someone to value you more than you value yourself.
And every week we come in here, and I know a lot of you are used to me getting a little bit of controversial topic subjects, but at the end of it, it's always about loving yourself, regardless. My message is always loving yourself, valuing yourself, and not allowing other people to create you. You create you and your own beliefs and values, right? And so many of us, and we were talking about also how society will make you believe that, I mean, if you allow society to, and not only society, but some family members and people at your job will make you feel like you're nothing, like you ain't shit.
Yeah.
And it's up to you. It is up to you to continuously work on yourself and remind yourself who you are. Right. And Sue, you said something too.
Well, because there's always going to be people blocking you. There's always going to be
haters.
Blockage. So you cannot allow that to, just infiltrate your life and it become negative. You have to still continue to grow, because people are going to try to stop your growth all the time. Absolutely. Because they don't understand it. There's something they're not doing right.
Right.
And they see you doing everything right, so they'll try to stop it.
That's true.
Sometimes haters should be motivation, though.
It's definitely
Sometimes
motivation
haters
as
should
well.
be real motivation,
That's true.
Without haters, you feeling, what am I doing? But when you got haters, you're like, okay.
I must be doing something right. It's a reminder that you
Yeah.
must be doing something right.
Yes, yeah. But you have to have a strong mindset, to deal with the haters too, because they can definitely break you down, So it's all about just knowing yourself, like you said, loving yourself. And I think once you trust your own self, you can get through it.
I agree completely. I mean, Eddie's been in the industry for how long now?
A long time.
A long time.
Been in the New York market for 15 years.
For 15 years,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
Sue and I really, we just kind of, I feel so, we're talking about value, but I really feel honored to be sitting next to legendary Eddie Love, who, in my personal opinion, and I hope I don't get anybody in trouble, he created WBLS, in my own opinion. He's the face of WBLS. When I tune in, I think Eddie Love first, and then WBLS. Like, he's the face to what I grew up on listening, and not just the generations. There's several generations have listened to you, have grown from you, and love you, and it's almost like Eddie's a part of your family.
Every time I hear the WBLS call sign, I go start getting dressed for school. Even though I'm out of school, I still go get dressed for school.
Exactly. Hey, Terry just walked in. TP Square show. He's the executive producer here, and my personal friend that I love, Eddie Love, in the house. Everybody is tuning in. Yeah, so what I was saying is, when I first started listening to WBLS, I don't remember how young I was, but I was very young. And I remember saying one day, and you probably don't know this, I'm going to throw this on you.
Okay.
I remember having a crush on Eddie Love.
Oh.
Right? And I remember because he always had this smile with pearly white teeth. And he always had the curls, the popping curls.
Yes.
You're like, what the hell? You throw water in it, it's like, hey, right? And I can't do that, and I'm a girl.
Right, and then you combine the voice.
Yeah, and then the voice. So I was like, as a little girl listening.
He got that Barry White voice.
Yeah, he's got that voice, right? And it's one of those things where and then I started getting a little older, right? And I started getting a little cuter, and I saw Eddie Love at a party, and Eddie's chilling in the corner. There's women all around him, right? And here's this young me, right? I think I had cheap shoes on and a cheap dress. I don't even know what I was doing. I don't even know how I got there. But he was at the big boy table, right? And so I walk in, I beeline myself over there. Eddie looks over at me, and I swear I felt like I was going to faint. I turned my ass around and went back to my little cheap corner and never turned back. But God made it possible to again, we kept bumping into each other. Mm-hmm. It didn't matter. We kept bumping into each other. And any girlfriend that I was with loves Eddie Love. Then I finally got to know him as a person. I was like, what was I scared of all these years? Like, you are one of the most dynamic people I know.
Thank you.
You are one of those people that if somebody starts a conversation with you, they're gonna walk away feeling right, blessed and lighthearted, and you're like, yes. And even through what we talked about in the car, which I will not talk about, it's private, but like even through your adversity and all the years that you had to put up with some nonsense, you always come out a winner, no matter what. And every time I see you, you look happier and stronger. And I'm like, what is it? What the hell are you drinking? Can I get some?
Yo, this is Big Cal, and I'm going to tell you, I studied all of those WBLS and Eddie Love especially, studied their voices. So when I be at a spot and the young lady say, "How you doing?" "Hello, how are you?"
Right.
Yes, sir.
And with the Barry White.
Yes, I had to try and front like I sounded like them.
I got to big up a comedian in Jersey, Hassan Oliver. He calls himself Baby Boy. He always, as part of his act, he always wants to mimic me as well. and he'll say, he'll do the call letters and the call sign and try to act like he's me. And I mean, I'm honored. I really,
yes.
I'm flattered that you saying what you're saying and what you've said. It's very flattering, and I'm humbled by it because I didn't start out wanting any of that. This is not why I got into this.
And we thank you for it.
Right.
Oh my goodness, yes. I honestly don't know what life would be, like what broadcasting would be without Eddie Love. I mean, think about it. You may not understand how powerful and influential you are. Again, having you sit here with me and Sue, who were just starting out doing this is a big deal for us.
Absolutely.
This is monumental because you've been doing it. You rocked it. You did it. You've made it so that, and people are saying, definitely, I grew up on Eddie Love, WBLS. People are like, exactly, like to sit next to you and to know that this is not easy. It's not easy. And then you say you didn't even start off wanting to do this, right? But not wanting to start off from doing this and to be where you are.
Well, I mean, I knew I wanted to be in broadcasting.
Okay.
I knew that from an early age. Watching Soul Train. And
Remember that Soul Train?
I saw Don Cornelius, and I said, I can do that. I can do that. And I went about doing that. I started, giving parties and promoting and being a mobile DJ. And my first radio station that I worked for was a country western station in Ann Arbor, Michigan, actually, because I went to Eastern. That's where I went to college at, and I was on the college radio station. But it was my first commercial station. So I can talk country western. I've worked at a top 40 station. I've worked at a hard rock station, a classic rock station. I've worked at rhythmic stations. And then, here WBLS is my first urban AC. So, God has blessed me with the gift that I have. It's not of me.
The glory goes to always the one.
It's not of me. I'm just the vessel. I try to carry the message of hope and perseverance. And, we all face trials of many kinds, but we should be happy in those trials because those trials and tribulations teaches us perseverance.
Yes.
Very true.
Perseverance is a very important word.
And that's where
That's a good word.
Yeah, but it's like we discussed, this is your purpose. This is your calling.
Right.
And it's so natural for you. It's like Diana said, it wouldn't be anything. Like WBLS wouldn't be anything without you. So definitely we're very grateful for your presence there.
Absolutely. And there was something else you and the guy. Oh yes, we are all in Love's house. We in Love's house.
Brother, if you don't mind, someone as smooth as you, can I just hear one of your country announcements? Because
he put Eddie on the spot. Good job, Kyle.
Someone that smooth saying something country.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Oh my goodness! I'd have to go back. I have to get it right. I mean, I have not used the country dialect in a long time.
Oh, sorry to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
That's a long time. But I'll try to do just the call letters and see how that comes out.
Okay.
The station went like, this is AM 1200 WAAM Ann Arbor. Thank you for tuning in. We've got coming up next Bonnie Pratt. Yes, that new one from Shania Twain is also on the way next. Right here on WAAM Wham Radio.
Oh my goodness.
That was incredible.
But see, smooth is just in you.
That's what it is. It is.
Yes.
Country.
Thank you.
See, my thing is, how does a Michigan boy come to New York and turn New York out? Like Eddie Love came to New York and shut it down, like completely. There is no other person on air on any radio station that's existing today that has your swag. Because the swag, you don't even have to see Eddie Love to hear him. It's like, damn, you could be vacuuming your house and all of a sudden you just like, let me just stop for a minute and listen to Eddie Love for a minute. Because you come on what, Sundays?
Sunday,
Right. So Sundays is what? Usually clean the house day, right? So you home.
Get a lot of winter.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm cleaning the house. I'm cooking dinner. I just got home from church.
Right.
Your grandma had me dusting furniture.
Yeah, exactly. And then you hear Eddie Love. You like, wait a minute, who do I have to call over for a minute? Because you feeling some kind of way.
But when I first came here, they hired me to do 6 to 10. That's when Wendy was on.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I came on after Wendy. And I created Love's House for New York. And how I always started the show, because Wendy was like way up here with all her shenanigans and everything. So I said, they wanted me to create something that calmed New York after Wendy. But before Von Harper, rest in peace, who did the Quiet Storm at that time.
Right.
So I said, okay, I can do that. And I started the show by asking people to exhale. You remember that?
I remember that.
That's how I started the show.
I
So
remember
take a
that.
deep breath, hold it, exhale, let it go. that God is able to do all things exceedingly abundantly above. And that's how I started.
See what I'm saying?
Show. Every day at 6 o'clock. That's how I started the show.
Go outside and make me a baby.
and God blessed me. And, I had ratings were crazy. I was #1 on my day part. And, but I was just doing the work.
Right.
I was just doing the work.
But it comes so naturally.
I'm grateful, though. I really, really am.
You seem to just make a connection with your listeners
all the time.
It's just a mental, and then it becomes spiritual connection with your listeners.
Yes, it's true. Do you feel like that? Do you feel that you do that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
What continues to remind you that your work is amazing?
Because I'm blessed.
Very true.
I'm blessed. Yeah.
So
I feel blessed listening to you, brother.
Totally, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, who would have? Although I dreamed the dream, we all dream dreams, but God allows me to live my dream inside my reality.
Ooh, okay.
And that's big.
That's
Very
deep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's big. And I would do this for free. I'm doing this for free. I just got a cup of coffee. They paid me a cup of coffee.
And our present.
Here's my coffee over here. I'm going to cover the thing because we're not giving you. I'm not getting paid to do it. This company.
You see, like who would ever thought about that? But somebody who's
product endorsement, but this is not a product endorsement. Let's be clear. Because my union be like, okay, yeah, no,
right.
so no,
right.
No, but yeah, I would do this for free.
Wow.
And that's how it started.
See, but Eddie, you also not only have you, as far as in my opinion and millions of people's opinions, have created this wave to even have people of color. And again, I don't mean to always bring it back to race, but like you've given us hope that if he could do it, we can do it, right? Because growing up, I don't know about what you guys experienced. We did have Van Harper, we did have Wendy Williams, but we never had an Eddie Love, somebody who connected so deeply with the listeners that it was like, okay, it was either too much going on and it was too crazy, or it was so boring that you were like, whatever, you just tuned off and did something else. And then Eddie came, and it was like, wait, what's he talking about, right? And it made sense to so many people. And for you to take that, now you're doing product endorsements, he's doing incredible events, you're doing the cruise that's coming up. When is that cruise coming up?
July 22nd through 29th.
What is that cruise called again?
Festival at Sea. Yeah, I'm the brand ambassador for a African American cruise called Festival at Sea. This is their 26th tour. The company is out of San Francisco, Blue World Travel. It's a husband and wife. They started the company as a travel agency, and they booked travel for corporate. And they said, well, geez, we're doing all this booking for other people. Let's do something for our people. And they started the cruise as a group. Like you see a lot of people promote, sexy cruise, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like 50, 100 people go and they try to have a party. The first time they did that, they had 500 people. Now they charter the entire ship. 3,500 people.
Become huge, yeah.
It's that. It's like that. This year, we're leaving from Miami. Charlie Wilson's performing. Drew Hill.
Let's see Cal's face. That's what we
Kirk
did.
Franklin
Get
from the
my
gospel
tickets.
side.
Right.
Dougie Fresh is going to be with me on my white. I have a signature white night deck party, and 3,000 people in white. It's a deck party under the stars, and Dougie's going to perform for me this year at that particular party. It's amazing. We'll stop in Bahamas, Puerto Rico, Grand Turks. As a matter of fact, I'm giving away a cruise, a cabin tomorrow.
He's giving away a cabin tomorrow. You have to go. Cal's like, we did the same thing. Trust me, no love.
It'll be an ocean view cabin. We're calling it the Can I Cruise? Yes, you can. Because I'm also the brand ambassador for Can I Wine, the original Moscato. So I put the two together, and it's Can I Cruise with Eddie Love? Yes, you can.
You can. Oh my goodness, I love that. I didn't even think about that.
So yeah, you can register to win at WBLS.com. Just look for the ship. You see my face and register, and I'm giving away a trip for the next 3 Sundays in a row. There'll be 6 winners total, but 3 winners because you can bring someone.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
You got to camp all by yourself. All by yourself. And we'll see you in Miami.
Exactly.
We'll see you in Miami. Welcome to Miami.
Myself and I.
That's the most fun, actually. You know, and Eddie was also talking about, because Eddie is not only the brand ambassador, not only the boss, you know, the CEO of all of this. He created this. He brought this to WBLS. Nobody gave this to him. He took an idea, he took something and created this conglomerate, this huge event. And you know, when people say, oh, you know, this one, you know, we're giving you stuff. No. This is his stuff. And Cheryl's talking about an intern or no?
Yeah.
So with him being the boss and doing all these beautiful things and having all these events going on, it's very glamorous, but it's also a lot of work. So if any of you who are watching, who are listening later, who know a nephew, a niece, or somebody who's reliable, please have them contact me, and I will vet through and work with Eddie, because I don't want you guys bombarding Eddie Love with a bunch of nonsense. You know, come through me, and we want you to go on the trip with Eddie Love. Yes, you will be able to have a great time. You'll be able to enjoy yourself, but you're also there to work. You're there to help him with the event. So if you know anybody that can do this type of work, let us know. I think it's for 7 days.
7 days.
It's 7 days in July. You're going to be meeting a lot of the contestants. You're going to be around Eddie Love. You'll get to learn. This is something that would look incredible on your resume. And it's not only subjected to younger people. We could also... if you have any event planning background experience, hospitality experience, and
must be friendly and outgoing.
Right, exactly.
Can't be no screw face. We're not having that. You scare everybody away.
Right, and you gotta have a healthy handle on your drinking.
Yes.
You know, we don't want none of that going on. Right,
falling off
responsible.
the side of the ship. Oh man, overboard!
Right.
Whose person is that? That's Eddie Love's person.
Yeah, that'll look bad. That'll be really bad.
So exactly right. So if you know anybody, please reach out to me.
Yes.
Through all my social media, but it's also dianasrealtalk@gmail.com. And this is a very serious offering to you. Again, it's from July 22nd to July 29th.
That's the cruise.
That's the cruise.
But we're in Miami July 20th because we have the pre-cruise stuff.
That's right. So so there's a pre-cruise and then there's a cruise.
Right.
Just know that you're going to be away from home for about 8 days.
Yes,
period.
exactly. There you go.
That's basically the down
much.
exact in July,
right.
And you're going to have fun and you're going to learn a lot. Those two combinations is incredible. So that was just my public service announcement.
PSA.
Yeah, exactly. But I do want to go back to we see you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, Eddie could see all the comments coming in. He loves you
I
too.
should have did it on my phone, but it's okay. Yours is
You
next.
could do it.
Do it. Set it up.
Yeah, totally. He's like, I should have did it. You know, put the password in. We're gonna add another phone to this conversation because Eddie Love is international, as we all know. I mean, he killed New York City. He's killing New York City. He's showing us what to do. We're learning from him. You know, the broadcast point of view. It's hard to be in the same room with somebody this legendary. Even though when on the way in he goes, it surprises me and amazes me that people say that because he doesn't even understand how grand he is. And I'm trying to understand why not. Because once I get to your level, I'm not talking to anybody. No, I'm only playing. I'm joking.
No, you're not.
You know me. Look.
No, you're not.
I'm shutting it down. Don't speak to me. Don't say hello.
Rockstar status.
Yes, and I'm gonna walk around with clothes that don't make no sense. Just so everybody get confused. It don't make no sense.
You be wearing some of that now. Stopping folks. Like we were at when we got our coffee. How about that? There's a line formed behind Diana.
Oh man.
I don't mean to do anything. I'm on my business. I was just trying to get a cup of ice for Eddie Love. You know, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Diane, you know you a car crasher.
Exactly.
Catch a lot
She
of
had
those.
'em
Don't
like-
be those, that guy.
You don't be that
Don't
guy.
be
That guy forgot what kind of coffee he was going to
He went in the food store ordering a Big Mac.
order. Shoot.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Donuts. And then she
Ordered a
And
Big
bought
Mac.
it. Got confused and ordered a
and
Big
then
Mac.
she said, what did she say?
And
about-
then she said, she likes her coffee. She likes her coffee just like she likes her men.
Dark.
Dark.
And the guy tripped his shirt. His hands
hands are shaking. He's like, oh, that's me. Oh my God. I'm dark.
Right.
Can I get some of that? Oh my God.
Yes.
The sad thing is she likes doing that.
No, I don't. You see how Eddie Love is so grand and is the king in my eyes in broadcast. He's the face of New York City of what broadcasting is supposed to be.
So
Forget
is that.
WBLS. We talk about Eddie Love the person, right? When he walks in somewhere, people stare at him. And do you know he doesn't even notice it? He's like, nah, I want my coffee with a little bit of this and that. And he's going off and get some of this.
But you know something? People that just have that style about themselves.
There's that essence.
They don't even know it. They don't know. It's just them.
Absolutely.
I agree
They
completely.
probably wondering why he got two beautiful ladies with him.
Sign,
Who are
please
you?
sign.
They're like, who are you? Who are you?
And
with
baby
two
and
beautiful
him.
ladies, yeah.
We need this for him and make sure it's perfect for him. you know?
Right.
And with his smoothness, it's just a normal thing.
It's a
Right.
look. There'll be 2 new ones tomorrow. Don't worry about these 2.
Ah.
Oh man, who you talking about? Monday or Tuesday?
Don't worry, it's gonna start.
I ain't gonna front, but since you've been there, you've been straight smooth. Straight smooth. Just laid back, smooth.
Do you ever get
operator.
uptight, or do you ever feel like do you ever get flustered? Like, do you ever get flustered at all? I'm trying to get into the internet.
Let's talk about that, actually. I wanted to talk about work-life balance.
Yeah, so take
That's-
over
that's-
while I take care of this.
That's very important right
I wanna
now. I
make sure
feel
you
like
connect it to the
a
internet.
lot of our jobs consume our lives, and we need to learn how to balance it all, especially when you have a family and when you're trying to run your own business on
Right.
the side. So let's talk about that. Like, what advice can you give us in work-life balance perspective? Because I know you've carried WBLS on your back, basically. So how have you been able to deal with that and then your family life and everything?
Oh wow.
That's a deep question. I want to get him connected to the Wi-Fi. He's not connected to the Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's what it
That's
is.
what it is. And I have the password and everything.
Okay, so to answer your question, it has been a challenge. I can tell you, being a single parent, I've raised my daughter by the grace of God since she was 3 months old. It wasn't something that that in your high school yearbook when you write
Yeah.
What you want to
when
be,
you grow
right?
up.
Exactly.
That was not what I wanted to be when I grew up. I didn't even see myself being a parent, actually.
wow.
I thought I was just going to be like this playboy all my life
Right.
type thing. But
I bet you so many people out there didn't know that Eddie Love is a single parent.
Yeah.
I bet you they didn't. I bet you a lot of people don't know that.
See, I'm
Amazed, amazing.
It's just in the
That's
start.
him,
'Cause now I
exactly.
can pattern myself behind him.
Single parent, a daughter. Got a
Yes, I
daughter.
have a daughter. And
I want to connect them to the Wi-Fi.
when she was little, I was at a rhythmic station, and sometimes I didn't have a babysitter.
Right.
My shift was 10 to 2, 10 p to 2 a, and I would take her to work with me. And I remember her first words, because when you're in the studio, when the music is playing through the monitors, but when you turn on the microphone, it kills everything.
Right.
So, and I'd be talking, and she would be up here on the console in the bassinet. And when the music's playing, she's calm. But one night, I got the headphones on, I'm talking, I hear her talking. She thinks I'm talking to her. So she starts talking in the background. The hotline rings.
I love
It was
that.
my boss. Okay, Eddie, you brought your daughter to work with you, didn't you? I said, yes, you did, but you can't do that anymore. So that's, so I say all that to say that as a parent, we make sacrifices that we make because we are a parent. And I happen to be in this line of work, and it didn't make it any easier.
Right. Right.
Working a shift like a 10 to 2, and then coming here when she was 5 years old, doing the 6 to 10.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
often days I had to have a nanny or
A family member or
from
something.
church.
Yeah.
There was no family here.
Oh,
We
okay.
here by
Right.
ourselves. So the lady from church, you know.
Let me ask you,
Mhm.
with your greatness, and yes, you do have greatness,
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
being a parent, just you shut all of that down for your little one,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
and I think that's why your blessing becomes so
Didn't we just say that?
massive. Because you know you will give it all up just for that simple smile, and it's so magical almost. That, as you said, you're hearing your little one, your boss say, "Oh, you're not supposed to do that," and you would have said in a heartbeat, "So what?" That's more.
Mhm.
Right.
Right.
Another thing too, a daughter too. You know.
On
it's
top
like-
of it.
Yeah, you know, raising a daughter is kind of hard because you don't know all the all little female little secrets and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So you know, some men will raise their daughter, and the daughter will grow up like mannish ways, you know, something like that. But that's a good look, though. You know, raise your daughter and all that. That's
Yeah.
part of it.
Let me tell you something. Only because I've been friends with Eddie,
Right.
we're personal friends, and when I met his daughter, I couldn't help but to think, wow, I was amazed and blown away at this young lady because she's a woman now. Like Eddie doesn't want to admit to it, but she's a woman now.
She's 19 and she thinks she's older than that.
Right, right. So, but when you meet her, you're like amazed at how great she turned out. And when you talk to her, you see Eddie in her. Right? She's at an age where all 19-year-olds think they know everything, right? Like they think they know everything. They have all, and she's smooth.
She
as-
can do this. Yeah. Yeah.
no, but the scariest part is she's drop dead gorgeous
Oh,
on top of being smooth.
oh.
Yeah, she had curly hair, all of that.
Oh my
Yeah, all
God.
that.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
exactly. So, and then Eddie with his.
Shotgun hanging around.
Yeah, exactly, right.
I got a pump.
And I know she said, she tells the fellas that I've heard that before.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
No matter what kind of game a young man might try, she goes, yeah, my father told me. Heard that.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
And don't try to come with the smooth voice.
No.
I was raised by it.
Yeah, the smooth.
Like I already know
Did
it.
you teach all of that? What you stay away from?
Yes, I have. Poured it all into her.
That's right.
Yeah.
Even how to walk. He taught her how to
You
walk.
also taught about them shotguns on the wall.
Yes.
Bring 'em.
On her 16th birthday, I put a ring on her hand.
Wow.
And I told her, I said, this is what it looks like.
Wow.
And it's a diamond and ruby ring. It's not inexpensive. But I put it on the wedding finger.
Right.
And I asked her to not take it off until the right man put one better.
Wow.
Oh, man, see, fellas, we're
Wow.
shut down. You're shut
Yes.
down already.
Oh my God. Yes.
Amazing.
That is so smooth.
Yes.
Amazing. I know. I'm like, where's the Kleenex?
Right.
Like I'm so not ready for this, and it's not waterproof. What's going on here? No,
How do you even, you can't
you
even
can't
come
top
close
that.
to that.
You
No.
can't top that.
No, it's a
But
wrap.
see, this is what his journey, and you said it the best, Cal. He has sacrificed so much that it's his turn now.
Right. Exactly.
It's his turn now.
Absolutely.
And there's a time in a parent's life where you have to be selfish.
Yes.
You got to become selfish because you give so much all the time. And on the way here, talking to Eddie about the stuff that he's about to do, I'm getting goosebumps because it's monumental. It's monumental. I can't talk about details, but it's like that's nothing but God. And that's all because of his sacrifices that he had to
Blessings.
go. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's blessing upon blessing upon
true
blessing.
blessings too.
It's. How do you feel about that?
Humbled.
Yeah, sincere blessings too.
Where do you see yourself? Now that she's a little older now, what do you always wanted to do besides work? Like, what do you see yourself doing? Now, this is Eddie Love. We in
Besides
Eddie
work.
Love's house now.
I don't know. I just want to see her grow up. I want to see her.
Excel.
Yeah, I want to see her make it in whatever field. She dances. She danced with Dance Theater of Harlem. She danced with Terpsies. She's an actress. She can do this. I had her on the air up in Harlem, and she did real well. So she has a lot of ways, and she's bilingual. She speaks 2 languages.
Man, I'm still working
So,
on English.
You know, Carissa Monet can be an amazing woman, and that is my biggest prayer, that God allows me to see that come to fruition.
Yes.
As far as my personal career goes, you'll see me on television.
Oh, without
You
a
know,
doubt.
Yeah,
There's no question.
Yeah, you'll see that happen. And some other things, you know, the brand ambassador thing is just going to get bigger.
Yes, yes.
I've already been the voice of Fortune 500 companies, but there's some things in that area too. You know, I do voiceovers, and I'm an instructor. I teach, I coach. You know, so I want to do those kind of things. I want to give this gift away.
Yes.
Someone once said that the greatest gift you can give to yourself is to die empty.
Oh, that's incredible.
And that's the path I'm on now.
That sounds powerful.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
That means
That is powerful.
gave it all
you can give.
give it
Yeah.
all back.
You,
All his knowledge, or everything he has till this time, just give it away.
Give it back.
ain't nobody looking for nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Pour it back into somebody else.
That's true.
Right.
That's very beautiful.
I think that's amazing,
That's
and I
profound.
think that that's something that we can all connect with here, because this is the purpose why we're here too. You know, we all have a calling, we all have.
Yeah,
a
and these
mission.
gentlemen, Genesis, see, this is what you
Absolutely.
guys
Yes.
do. There's
Yes.
favor on
All
your
of us.
lives.
Absolutely.
There's favor on
Blessings,
you.
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, this is what you're doing. You
Absolutely.
have the vision
Absolutely.
and the faith to
Right.
do what you're doing.
Right. Yes, and we
That's
are,
what you're doing. You're giving it back.
Yeah.
and we
and-
are very blessed to have found our purpose. You know, there's many people who live their lives without knowing what their purpose
why.
is.
The why.
Exactly. So, you know, we're very blessed, and you know, that makes me feel great that you know that we know that we're all here sharing this, and you know, it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's even more profound that God has made it so that we're all in the same room together
At the same time.
at the
Yes.
same time.
Yes.
Now,
It's a blessing.
don't think that doesn't.
Blessing.
It's just for nothing. Things like that happen. Even the guys in the back that are in control, everybody has a purpose,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
to make these things happen.
Once
Divine.
again, let everybody know about that boat trip. The cruise.
He's like,
Nah, because you got new people just tuning in now.
Okay.
You know, the new people that's tuning in, let them know about the cruise.
Okay.
Let them know where I'm going to be.
Beginning tomorrow between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., I will announce the first Kenai Cabin Cruise giveaway. And for the next 3 Sundays,
Kenai Cabin.
Kenai Cabin, Kenai Cruise.
Yes, you can.
Kenai Cruise with Eddie Love.
yes, you can.
All right, we'll be cruising out of Miami July 22nd through 29th. You want a cruise? Go to WBLS.com and enter to win. And I will be giving away 3 complete cruise vacations beginning tomorrow and every Sunday for the next 3 weeks. Round trip airfare to Miami and aboard Carnival's, I forget what ship it is, but it's a big one. It's 3,500 people. And if you get to Miami sooner than that, we'll have the big Bon Voyage party at the Hilton Hotel in
God.
Biscayne Bay, Miami. It'll be at least 2,000 people at that party.
The more you talk, the more I'm thinking about XL.
You should let it go.
XL.
Let it go. It's already all right. Just trust
XL.
God.
The more
Trust
you
Him.
talk, I'm thinking it's just in my mind.
So
XL.
there's a number. I'll get the number for you to call.
Yes.
Call Festival at Sea, but it's festivalatSea.com.
Okay.
FestivalAtsea.com. Just like it sounds. FestivalatSea.com. Go on that. Go to that website. There's a phone number there, as well as a phone number at WBLS.com. And there's phone numbers and there's the postings
Right.
on all of my social media, either on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at Eddie Loves House.
Right.
Just look for the ship. You'll see a ship, and it's me and Charlie Wilson and
Whose house?
yeah, everybody that loves
Loves
house.
Eddie loves
That's
house.
right.
That's right.
And I would love for you guys to come on this cruise. This will be the most amazing time you've ever had. I guarantee you that you will just be so full. The people that go are just, it's just a beautiful thing, man. Everybody connects.
Happy.
And we have fun. We go to concerts. We go to the port of
I'm like,
calls.
already
We
seeing
stay up
myself
all
there.
night.
Sound like
we
one of
eat.
those parties.
Y'all may take these two with me. I don't know. See how they act,
Yo, Renzo, sound like we
Sound
gonna
like
go
one,
get us
one to remember.
one of them Cuban ships. I'm gonna go get us a piano and a paddle. And we're gonna start heading to
Why does Mike
Miami.
keep doing that?
I
Every
don't
year,
know,
every
it's a
year we'll be
connection.
talking about that cruise every year.
Do it again.
Every year we'll be asking for another cruise.
Yeah, we
Every year. You throwing another one? You giving another one?
Well-
every year.
Well, you do this every year, correct?
Okay, you guys continue. I'm
You
gonna
do this
get
every year, correct?
Every year.
Yes.
Every year.
Oh yeah.
This
there
will
you
be
go.
the 26th year that they've doing this cruise. I've been on, I don't know, at least 15 of them.
Nice.
At least. 2 years ago, as a graduation gift to my daughter, Carissa Monet, to my niece, Taylor, and to my goddaughter, Tori, I gave this as a gift to them. So we left from Puerto Rico that year. Of course, I gave them a suite at the host hotel, and they
Can you
had
adopt
they
me?
had their own
Right.
cabin on the ship.
I'm trying to get him to adopt me.
Right? I'm like, somebody
Went
adopt me.
backstage, you know, all that. You know, they're good girls. They really are. I wouldn't have done that if they didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
They didn't deserve.
And that's the best part of it too, that it's like a family affair.
Yes.
You know, you can bring your little ones, your
Yeah,
everyone.
Everybody.
Yeah, and
Everybody.
have a great
come.
time.
I tell you, my aunt and uncle have been on this cruise since the very first one.
Wow.
So they've been traveling on this cruise for 26 years, and my aunt, you'll find her in the casino. She wins. She wins. And my uncle, he got some buddies, and you know, they're in their 80s and stuff, but they'll sit there with their cameras and they taking pictures, and you know, we still like to shop.
Those are right.
We may not buy anything when we get that age, but we still shop. You know.
Diane, is it possible for Eddie to have a child my age?
Eddie's on his own. He's like, look, I
Right,
did my job. It's
exactly.
time for me
I'm
to.
about to be adopted. I want to get adopted.
Listen, I said to every time I go to Eddie's house, and by the way, Eddie didn't even start talking about his cooking.
Uh-oh.
Eddie loves cooking.
I do love to cook.
No. But we're going to take a break in a minute because I want to connect to Eddie, because I want to come back and I want to talk. We're not going to take a break right now, but Eddie Love has this talent. Anything this man touches turns into sweet potato pie. I don't know how this man does it. I don't know how this guy does it. When I go to his house, there's a gathering, and you can feel the love in Eddie Love's house. And his house is jam-packed. And all of us do what? Stay in the kitchen.
That is crazy that you say that. So let's talk about that. Why Eddie Love? Is it because you were always a person that was full of love and you wanted to
That's his
share
name.
it?
That's my name.
Oh, that's your name.
That's my real name.
That's Eddie
Wow,
Love. That's his
amazing.
name.
Last name.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my real
I'll be
name.
right
Wow.
back. Y'all keep going.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
So not only did you find your purpose, but you were already born with
Right.
it.
That's exactly right.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
So
that's
smooth,
amazing. Right.
intelligent.
My
Full
name
of
is
love.
full disclosure. My government is Edward Love, but don't call me Edward.
No, you Eddie.
Don't call me Ed.
Stick with the Eddie Love.
You know what I mean?
Stick with that,
But yeah,
yeah.
that is my name.
Oh wow, that is amazing.
That is probably one of the most asked questions I get. What's your real name? How'd you? And I said, this is my name. And I show my ID. They're like, wow, it really is your name. Yeah.
You know what's
Wow.
funny? You know what's funny? I have a friend, and we call him Buddy Love.
People
And
do
the
that.
funniest thing, his was a fake name. You're the real deal.
Right. This is what I'm saying. Wow. That's
Where's that cruise
amazing.
going? Where's it going?
It leaves from Miami, and we go to Puerto Rico.
Right.
We go to Grand Turks, and we also go to the Bahamas.
Oh,
Yeah.
See,
And one other place.
7
I just can't
days?
remember. 7 days.
7 days.
see, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back.
You gotta pick the right
I
one,
know.
right?
Oh, you know that, right?
You can't just bring anybody.
No, we
gotta pick
actually
the right one.
talked about
Yeah.
that.
As a woman,
Gotta pick the right one for that one.
This is Big Cal talking. These are my words, not that of GenesisRadio.com. But I go on this cruise. I know I'm gonna have trouble in 9 months.
No.
It's sounding like a real good
The
time.
next baby daddy. That's what we call him.
Yeah, Big Cal, your
AKA
next baby
Big Cal,
daddy.
your next baby daddy.
And I know there's gonna be trouble.
Well, this is to soon to be.
Because that
This is
sounded
becoming
too
a
smooth.
single strip.
That sounded too smooth. Good music.
7 days,
Right.
7
People.
nights.
Great music. Like 4 clubs on the
There's a
ship.
beautiful
open every
vibe
night.
all
All
the
the
way
stuff
around.
you're
Yes.
saying about the cruise,
And
then
there's
you're
sexy
saying 7 days
themes,
and
all
7.
white,
You
great
have to
music,
bring
comedy,
the perfect
amazing.
one.
Yes.
You have to bring the perfect
We got
one. in.
comedy shows. We even have a gospel show.
Oh,
Kirk Franklin's going to do the gospel show.
oh,
He's
Kirk
headlining.
Franklin?
Yeah.
Yes, Kirk Franklin.
Once
This is
you-
big.
It's
Once
a
This is not a
great
joke.
lineup, yeah.
This is
It's a
not
great
a
Once you
joke.
said Charlie Wilson and Drew Hill,
It was a
it's
wrap.
over.
Yes.
So
That
you
means you
say-
have to bring the right person with you. 7 days, 7 nights, Charlie
The
Wilson,
right
Drew Hill.
person. Or no person.
Yeah, I was about to
Just go
say
by
no
yourself.
person.
No.
None. Figure it out when you
Sand
get
to
there.
the beach.
Right, and didn't I say that on
Sand to
arrival?
the
I,
beach.
7 days with somebody on a cruise where you can't escape.
Right.
Listen, make sure your decision is very, very
Just
Just be
careful.
careful though, because he's said in 9 months
that
somebody may be
If
pregnant.
you're in a
Just be
relationship-
careful.
You get a lifeboat.
You're in a relationship, start an argument of 2 weeks before the cruise.
Oh God.
Right,
Start an
exactly.
argument. I'm going by myself. I'm out.
Right.
Can't
Yeah,
take this no
They
more.
working.
I'm
Breaking up with you just for a week.
picking my fight leaving. I'm gonna pick a fight leaving. When we leave here today, I'm picking a fight.
You're going to fight. So to give you reason to go.
Right,
You
exactly.
That's
said,
wrong.
you
That's
said your contest is for the next 3 weeks?
Next 3 weeks.
See, there you go.
So wait, how many times do people have the opportunity to?
To enter?
To
Yeah,
answer,
to
yeah.
enter.
I'm not
That's a great
sure.
question.
You have to look at the rules. on the rules
Okay,
page.
all right,
That's why I'm picking a
that's
fight
on the
today.
rules page.
right. Because I'm like every day I start putting my name in here right
Yeah,
now,
I'm not sure how many
like
times-
Dan
See,
Bellamy.
they're entering now. I see.
Yes.
Look,
She's entering the win right now.
Damn.
they're like starstruck back there.
Go WBLS.com. See my
Right.
face. Enter now. I could be calling your name tomorrow.
Exactly.
Make sure you have the right ID. You gotta have real ID, proof of citizenship. That's key. Because everybody can't
And a
just
passport.
yeah, a passport, or your
yeah.
or your birth certificate, something
Yeah.
to prove that you are for real.
Right.
And not crazy.
Yeah.
Because outside of what we said, I'm going to beat that guy. Because I'm going to win.
Be that dude.
They be that
I'm a
too.
big guy.
Because we always say,
He said
don't
he
be.
got a 9-month. He going to cruise.
I got a 9-month window.
Yeah.
He got a
Scared of
9-month
him.
window.
Really?
Because
Oh,
in 9 months,
No, he
in
break
9
it
months,
down
I'm changing
to
my
him.
name to Carlos.
He said if he going to cruise 9 months, he disappearing for 9 months.
Oh, because he's the next baby daddy.
Right.
That's his nickname, the next baby daddy. I'm like,
Your father's
he
name
got
is
like 8
Carlos.
kids.
Your father's name is Carlos.
A nation.
He has his own football team.
Yeah, he got 7 baby mamas.
Wait, when I left the room, how did this start? Did we start talking about food or not?
No, I asked him
Not yet.
about the cruise.
No.
Again.
Yeah.
Where was the cruise leaving off?
By the way, with the cruise information, so everybody knows, it's gonna be on my all my social media outlets, all of them. I'm gonna put it up today with the email address and the website address and phone number. I'm gonna create it and I'll put it up, destinations, because this is something that is once in a lifetime. You gotta do it. You gotta really enjoy yourself.
Big Mac, go to festivalatc.com right now. Then you can tell us all the ports.
The phone number. Do you have
The
internet
ports.
over there? Yeah.
Nah, I didn't.
You didn't bring it. Don't worry about it, because I'm gonna create something and
Yeah,
I'll
we
make
will.
sure.
We'll put it up.
Yeah, I'll
We'll
put
put
it
it
up
up.
too. I'll post it on my
Okay.
thing.
Yes, we'll
So
definitely.
you guys that are watching, we're gonna have all that info for you. But some of you are already gone to it. I know you have, and I hope you win.
Yes.
He supported us, we supporting you.
Absolutely.
I hope you win.
That's a
I really
definite.
do.
So Eddie, so now
I haven't cooked in a minute.
I was about to say, because I'm a little hungry, so we got to talk about this.
Right.
Because we have an annual event at my home.
Oh
On
God.
January 1st, and it's in honor of my mother who passed away
Right.
from lupus. And
Oh.
so it's a bunch of people, over 100
It's
people.
so
a lot
many
of
of
people.
us.
And I cook for everybody.
And Chef
And yes, Chef Jesse.
Chef Jesse.
Big shout out to Chef Jesse. That's
You
my
big
watch-
shout out to
you watch
Chef
Chop?
Jesse.
yeah, I can do
see,
those shows.
I watch Chop too. That's how you cook.
Yeah, man.
Gotta watch Chop and pick
I-
up little tips.
No. Like he can have his
I
own
love
restaurant.
to cook.
That's how
Right.
serious it
No,
is.
but cooks,
Right.
Well,
I was
all
saying
cooks
that
watch
too.
Chop too.
Yeah,
They
oh,
watch
t-
the
definitely.
channel.
I don't know that I consider anything to be my specialty like that, but just the menu for New Year's Day is.
The Eddie Love menu.
I have-
Oh my goodness, made with
You know, all the
love.
traditional stuff that we as black folk, we say you're supposed to have on New Year's Day.
Uh huh.
So I have the turkey, the baked ham,
The collard
the
greens.
fried chicken, the collard greens, the black eyed peas, the lima beans, the cornbread, the candy yams, potato salad,
Just got it
cheese,
the Eddie Love
get
way.
fish.
Right.
Yeah, I do all of that. I prepare all that. And then part of the spiritual part is that everyone that's invited to come, they bring their own specialty dish.
Nice.
And then we pour it into each other. And this is
Yeah.
how we do
Oh,
it.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
No, but in the spiritual part of it also is that Eddie makes sure that whoever is in his home holds hands and we say a prayer. Like Eddie will say a prayer, and that's the part when you, even with a total stranger
You're
sitting right next to you,
connecting.
you're connected.
Yeah.
And before you leave Eddie's house, you felt like you've expanded not only your friendship but familyship. You know, it's now there are people, women and men that I've met in Eddie's house that we're still friends, right? And
Yep.
this was years ago, and
Yeah.
we're still very close. And
Right.
that's what happens when you
That's
go to
what
Eddie
happens.
Love's house.
That's true love.
Right,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
real love. And to watch Eddie not only in his kitchen, I mean, I've seen Eddie do a 360 like this and entertain. And entertain. He'll have a pot in his hand, the rag over his shoulder. I'll be like, come on in and sit down. Take your shoes off and go
Yeah,
downstairs.
take your shoes
Right,
off.
right,
Right.
skipping.
Yeah.
You walk in Eddie Love's house, there's like a pile of shoes
Yeah.
all in the front of the house. Like, what the hell? But it's all love. It really is all love. And you know what, Sue? Before I left the room, she had asked, how did you get your last name?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody asks him that.
Yeah.
People continue to ask me, what's Eddie's real last name?
Like you gonna tell them.
Right.
Like as if
Like you know. It's something different. But you know.
right.
It
But
is
even
what
if it was, as if I would tell.
Right.
Right.
But it's not.
It's like I said, if he was destined.
That's what I'm
Destined.
saying.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
if it's not God's design for Eddie Love, and you know, and I get excited talking about this because I know he's not even broke the mold. He's literally just beginning. He's done what he's done up until now, purposefully. He again, to me, WBLS is not WBLS without Eddie Love. Period. I feel that the reason why people listen to BLS is because of Eddie Love. I listen to BLS because of Eddie Love, right? And he has been doing this for so many years that his name is a household name. You talk about Eddie Love as if you know him. And that is God-given,
Absolutely.
right? That's God-given. But this is just the beginning. And that's
Yeah.
what makes me more
I received
excited
More
than
that.
everything.
I received that in the name of Jesus.
Yes,
I received that.
this is the beginning.
Yeah.
I
And the
really
fact that you've been
I'm
able.
still on that exhale.
You
exactly.
remember that, huh?
Yeah.
But you know something?
I remember that.
What's funny is as youth, we were always told that the Most High has seen your destiny
Before
Before
you even
before you were born.
Right.
And as you've expressed your true name and so on and so forth, the thing is, you've lived out your destiny in a manner that was just you were born on that path.
to do that.
Yes.
Yes, Eddie, you were born to be a blessing to thousands.
And multiple times.
Yeah.
And this is like a rebirth now. too.
Generational blessing.
Yes.
It's
Wow.
Absolutely.
I got
And the fact that
goosebumps.
you've been able to tap into so many different markets and so many different cultures, you know, from California, right? You were mentioning
Michigan. Who
Yes.
does that?
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yes. You know that it's great. It's so great that you've been able to, you know, captivate all these people from different backgrounds and they connect with you. I think that's amazing. Yeah.
But you know, here's the dope part about Eddie. The dopest part about Eddie is he's fly. You know, he's got swag. His voice, you know, he could probably get anything from anybody if he really put his mind to it, just on his voice. But he's so humble. Like, Eddie will walk in the shop right and be like, hey, everybody, you know, they recognize him. And he's just not starstruck at all. And I'm about to, you know me, I always say something before the end of the show that will hurt somebody's feelings or it's just the truth. There's this guy on Park and South Park. What's that show? Park. He used to be a I forgot his name. What is it?
Ooh.
One in South, one in Six, and
106
one in.
106 and
So this guy, I go to the same shop right I've been going for the last, and I told you about him. I've been going to the same shop right for the last 15, 16 years. And every time I see this dude, he acts so grandiose and so big. I'm like, dude, I don't even know your name. Like, and then every time he sees me, he tries to pick me up. And I'm looking at him like, the only thing you could do for me is go get that bag of broccoli. Because there's nothing else you can do for me. But to see Eddie, who has, and the guy I'm talking about is this young, he's corny, nothing to
After
him.
last week, I'm surprised you ain't roast him.
And I wanted to, but I had to go. I didn't have no time to really roast him.
He's
Gonna get him next
I'm gonna
week.
get him next week.
He's lucky right now.
But
Because he was
I'll
that
call
guy.
Eddie on a rent, like on any. Hey, what you doing? Oh, I'm just walking the chopper. I'm gonna get a bag. I'm gonna do this. Eddie, what are you doing? Like, go home. Get somebody else to do that. But that's not him. That's not him. And I, as I said, if I did what Eddie did, and that's why God chose him, I won't talk to none of y'all.
Whoa.
I'm only playing.
But you know,
Can't play.
Eddie sounds like the kind of brother. Eddie sounds like the kind of brother that would give you bad news in a smooth way.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm terribly
Yeah,
sorry to
just,
tell you.
Right.
The car flipped over.
Yeah.
But,
Smoothly.
one
Softly.
thing though that I do, that I feel that's very important though, is to not say something if I don't have anything good to say.
I agree with that.
And if a lie is about to come out of my mouth, I bite my tongue.
You just don't say it at
I
all.
just don't say
Just
it at
me
all.
too.
Yeah, I find that to be the best way.
And you straight up. Be
Right.
straight up, straightforward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. I find that works best for me.
Have you ever had to get confrontation with anybody, Eddie?
Yeah.
And if you did, how did you handle it?
Yes.
Because remember, I hung out with you, so don't try to front.
Jealousy or hate? When your competition was jealousy or hate?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I
he
know-
go-
I know
he
you get a lot of
confronts jealousy all
a
the
lot of
time.
hate. I know that.
and, when I'm faced with a situation that requires me to confront it, then I do. I confront it, but I do my best to confront from a perspective that I had something to do with it too.
Mm. He just
That's
dropped
me.
jewels on the
Yes.
entire.
Okay, because it's impossible for me to point the finger at you and forget
Absolutely.
that there's three fingers pointing back at me.
Right.
Wow.
I like
Wow.
that. Point to 3-point right.
You have
Right.
to take
So I'm
responsibility of
involved.
the situation.
Wow.
as
I'm
well.
involved in it
Exactly.
somehow. And so all I need to do is address the relationship that has happened as a result of us. Not you and not me, but what has happened. And I don't want this anymore. What has happened as a result of us communicating, whatever it is, business, pleasure, it's not working. So let's end this.
Let's end it.
Yeah. Before it becomes
Right,
something.
not you messed up. No,
Yeah.
because you may have reacted to something I said or did that I
Right.
had no idea about.
That, right.
You know, your shoes might have been too tight that day when you said something
Yeah.
crazy to me. You know what I mean? And I reacted to that. So I mean, we really need to take responsibility for
Yes.
for
Oh
for
God.
our actions.
Don't we talk
for
about
what
this
we
every
do.
week?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
We talk about this every week. You know, I'm so glad, Eddie, because I'm gonna put you on the hot seat for a minute. Every week, Diana's Real Talk is about relationships, building relationships, or walking away from it. I'm so glad you brought this up. Because, Sue and I have brainstormed together, and we're going to do roundtables. We're going to put together, and I would love, Eddie, if you have time as a celebrity, to show up and school some of these women out here, because I find a lot of our sisters today and are lacking. They're saying there's not enough good men. The men today. What advice would you give these women today? I always talk about self-confidence, self-love, but from a man's point of view.
Right. Because they're not taking responsibility for
They're
what
not
they're
taking
putting out there also.
responsibility.
That's
Exactly.
Right. That's exactly right. We all come with some baggage. We all have some mistakes. We all have some disappointments. We all have some blunders. It's when we refuse to face it is when we continue to repeat it.
Yes.
The saying
Whoa.
goes that a man who forgets his past is doomed to repeat it.
Right.
Preach. Preach.
So if I know for me, full transparency, that there was a certain type of woman that I was attracted to, and the relationships would always end the same.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
So
and one day the light came on, and I prayed. I said, God, what is going on with me? These women are all the same. And God said, no, that's not quite true. He says, what is it that you want? Stop going to a lemon tree expecting it to be an apple.
Ooh.
The light came on. I was like, it was my chooser.
Right.
Wasn't nothing wrong, as there is nothing wrong with a lemon.
Right.
Not at all. But that's not what I want.
Kept bringing you back to.
Right.
Yeah.
I wanted an apple. So I had to start choosing differently. You can't expect, I could not, and although I wanted to, and although I twisted it around and looked at it upside down,
Yes.
a lemon is a lemon.
It's a lemon, exactly.
A lemon is not
It's
changing.
going to end the same way.
It's going in the same way.
Yeah.
Lemonade.
So prophetic.
But it was the truth. It was my truth. It was my truth. So I say that to say, we have to stop expecting her or him to be more or different than who they are.
Agree.
Totally
As
agree.
is.
And that's really what it is.
Oh my
that's
goodness.
really how it goes
And
down.
stop trying to change somebody.
Oh,
Yeah.
because
You can't change
Yeah.
nobody.
That
the
don't
main
work.
thing.
That's
Stop
not work.
it.
Yeah. You have to accept.
Well, as you've often said, we have to accept our
Accept,
own
yeah.
responsibility.
Don't I always
Yeah.
say that? Accept your circumstances because you chose it.
Right.
Shows it.
You
Very
chose
true.
it. It never ceases to amaze me when people say God brought him into my life, or God didn't bring nobody into your life.
Right.
What God did was say, just like He did for Adam.
Here are your choices.
Here's
Choose right.
Yeah.
there you go.
There you go.
I'm gonna give you some discernment. I'm gonna give you the right to choose. But because when divorce happens, don't blame me.
Right.
When breakup happens, don't blame me.
Right.
I'll introduce you to some opportunities
And an opportunity for growth.
and an opportunity. But see,
Goes
that's a
back.
mindset.
It goes
That's
back
a
to
mindset.
what
That's a
he said.
mindset.
You too busy looking for lemons. You looking for lemons.
In my case, I'm too
and you
busy
end
hooking
up
up with
and you
Scorpios.
ending up with the, and you ending up with the same
The
results.
same results every time.
Lemons, the same results.
I
We're
keep
at the
getting
lemon
bit.
tree, and you're supposed to be at the apple tree.
Right.
And you find an apple. In the beginning, what you said, everybody is not perfect.
Right.
We all not perfect.
Don't have a blemish.
Well,
Right.
there's certain characteristics that you like from the lemon. So let me ask you this. If
Okay.
you find your apple, but then there's one thing about that apple that you would like to change. Let's say
The way they
the way they
dress.
dress.
Okay.
How do you approach that situation?
well, if she's dressing
Provocative.
provocatively, is that would you want to go from there, or
I wouldn't
or
say-
she's not dressing classy enough?
Well, let me pick up a particular issue. I wouldn't say it's a provocatively dressing. I would say they're dressing in a way that's maybe tacky, for lack of a better word, and you would like them to dress a little bit more, just put together.
Less tacky, no white shoes.
Yeah,
More
put
You know, things
together.
like
right,
that.
right.
More
I'm just
presentable.
saying.
hard bottom white
No
shoes.
hard
Right.
bottom white shoes. You know, I always talk
but
about
still-
that. No
Yeah,
rompers.
because we're picking the apple now. So now
Presentation.
we've made the decision. We're gonna pick the apple.
Okay.
So here's the apple.
Okay.
Yet the apple can't
Be more
dress.
presentable.
Can't dress.
The
But you like
presentation
the
is a
apple.
must.
You found the apple. The
Right.
apple's good
And
to
we
you.
click. We
click,
and
and
work
it's-
in
and it's-
combination.
How do you deal with that?
Right.
I know it sounds so ridiculous saying it out loud, but it's a
No,
real
but
It's
problem.
real. We do that.
But it's growth though,
Yeah.
because we picked the apple.
Right.
Well, I don't know. I would try at first. I would try not to offend her,
Right.
and
That's so
and,
hard.
and try to come direct, because if I come from the side, she could miss it altogether,
Right.
Right,
and then I'm frustrated.
right.
And she's offended.
And she's
And
offended.
she's
You can't even joke about
Right,
it.
you can't
either.
joke about it.
And
It's
you
got to
probably
be
hurt
a
the
heart to
self-esteem.
heart. Yeah, it's got to be a
Right.
heart to heart. And if it's that important to me, whatever is important to you
Has to be
it has to
important.
be important enough to lose it.
Jules.
That's
Dropping.
Right. So, it's a
What does
risk.
that mean?
Anything worth having is worth taking a risk for.
Jules.
Okay, so if this woman is she really is someone I think that will be good for me
In the long run.
in the long run,
Yep.
then I would take the risk now to
Right.
find out if it's true.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would say to her, this is something that concerns me.
Right.
What do you think? Because she may not even be aware of it.
Right.
Right.
And that this goes,
Right.
it expands not even with the dress code. It expands with everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Absolutely.
So go ahead. Go ahead, Kyle.
Because
Well, no, I didn't want to cut your point.
No,
This is
go
a beautiful point. But I did want to say this as we're pressing on our time.
Yes.
Today, speaking for myself, but it's often addressed, it is prom season.
Uh-oh.
My son, one of my sons, is going on his prom this evening. And I'd like to send a message out to these young brothers, young
yes.
men, that are going on these proms with some intentions as if they're supposed to be given this great, beautiful blessing after the prom.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
yes.
I like to...
the gift.
Yes, and as I said...
Oh, Lord. Eddie,
as I
didn't you have to
said,
deal with this
a
too?
brother such as yourself, has such the beautiful way of expressing proper knowledge to these young men to approach this evening's events with
With care.
as a
Right.
gentleman of discretion
Yeah.
and proper choices. So what would be your statement to these young brothers going on prom tonight
Wow.
for discernment?
That's
Respect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Respect.
Respect.
Respect. That's it.
Respect.
You know, it's a time and place for everything.
Yes.
If we celebrating the prom, and if it get kind of crazy afterwards, it's a different story. But you have to show respect because we ain't here for all that. We here for the
Right.
prom and
Right.
to
Have a
take
good
care of
time.
business.
And our memories
Right.
of the
Exactly.
prom.
You dressed up, I'm dressed up. Let me take you back home to your parents.
Right.
Had a wonderful
Yes.
evening, a wonderful
Yes.
time with
Yes. Yes.
you. Yeah.
And you,
Absolutely.
You will get further that
That's-
way.
You ain't
that's-
going nowhere.
Right.
You know?
You're not going
Yeah,
anywhere.
we
You
went to
accepted
the
my
prom.
offer to go to the prom.
Right, we went to the
Right.
prom, so afterwards, I see you during the week, you know, we talk about the prom all week. Then the following weekend is the follow-up, but it's all about that respect.
Have you ever said anything to one of your daughter's dates?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have.
Showed them the shotgun.
No, they just know.
It's
You
all prom.
know, just give them that look. You know.
Yeah.
And I mean they know who she is, and
I must
she's my
say-
daughter.
I must say, for you being smooth, and you come out of character from the smooth, they have to know.
Yeah.
If you went from, your phone was just nice, dear, it's something you did that ticked them off.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Something you did that ticked them off because you took them out of character.
So I guess what we're saying here is for prom night, folks,
Yes.
just have respect for each other.
Right.
Just, you know, you go out, have a good time, watch your drinking, because I'm telling you,
Have fun.
Yeah,
Have
yeah,
fun.
yeah. Live to live
Enjoy
another
yourself.
day.
right, live to live another day. Don't
Yeah.
set yourself up where you're
Yeah.
setting yourself up to be in jail,
Yes.
to go get in a car accident. I want you guys to have a
Don't
great
get ahead of
time.
yourself.
Right.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
enjoy yourself and go
You have your whole
home.
life
It's a
ahead of you,
monumental
yeah.
moment. Enjoy it.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
And respect
That's a
it.
good, very good
And
point, Cal,
respect
actually, because
yourself.
I
Very
do
good
see a lot
point,
of
yeah.
problems.
Yeah,
Well, you
respect.
told me I need to talk.
You do. I did.
So we should congratulate all of the prom goers,
Absolutely.
all of the graduates
Yes.
from high school and wherever you are, wherever you listen
God
to
bless
this
you.
at.
Yeah.
My
You
son
know.
graduated June 28th, and I know I'm going to be crying. I know.
Listen.
Once we woke, they call his name. It's good.
I
That's my boy.
know.
Let me tell you, I was happy when the prom season was over. Having a daughter, I mean, custom dress, the hair, the
Oh my
nails.
God.
No, but Eddie
You know,
does that.
you know.
Like
I
she
love
looked
that.
amazing, like a model. It
Oh
was
my
great because her
God.
dress was custom made. Her
Custom
hair
made.
was custom
I
done.
mean,
He
hello.
did that. He did that, and that's why it's so important. And we want to get, because our time is running out, but we want to
Yeah.
get Eddie back on
We
because I
do.
really believe that women and men, we can learn something as far as treating each other.
Yes.
Like, you
And
know
I
how we're
wanna-
always talking about
I
relationships.
want to say something before we get off. I'm sorry, because this conversation, my heart is beating because my son is graduating junior high school. And speaking of respect and everything, I have to commend him. Congratulations, my love, because he's so sweet. He's
Yeah.
more worried about what is my date gonna wear so we can match and stuff like that. Like, it's
Innocent.
amazing,
Innocent.
and it makes me
Yeah.
feel good because I feel like I'm raising such a great, child. So
Yes.
definitely
Yes.
congratulations to all the graduates.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
I was so happy when
Yes.
my son graduated. My son is 26. Once that was over and I saw the bill, I was like, do I want to do this again? I mean, what is going on?
It's
It
a
was
runaway
crazy.
train.
It was-
It's a
it was-
runaway train.
I said, wait a minute, this is more than my mortgage. So we want to leave on a positive note,
Yeah.
as we always do. Sue, thank you so much. Obviously, Sue's going to be doing that.
Thank you for having me.
Sue's going to be doing the show more often with us. We're going to try to pop some pills into Eddie Love's coffee and get him
And
here,
get him here.
without him knowing. Then he'll wake up in the chair and
Right.
pop like, hey, you're here, Eddie.
But I'm going on vacation.
Yeah, Eddie's going on vacation. Right.
Going on vacation.
Oh, wait. So all of you guys
in
that
the
listen to WBLS, Eddie is going on vacation. For how long, Eddie?
For a month.
Oh,
Yeah.
no exhale.
Right.
Oh,
What?
So next
No
next,
exhale.
next Sunday, June 4th, is my last official day before vacation.
June 4th.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
See, people, even the coolest.
Yeah,
take
gotta
breaks.
take some time. Gotta take some time. We're gonna do a road trip, go visit some places I've never seen. This bucket list. Yeah, I need to do it.
I mean, if
It's gonna
anybody
be great.
deserves it,
Yeah.
Eddie, it's you. I mean, we all have counted on you for every Sunday between whatever it was. And I tuned in to listen to the person before you, not because I wanted to, but because, and no offense to anybody
So you
out there,
miss a moment.
so I don't miss a
Right.
moment.
yeah.
I want to hear all the songs. I want to hear even the commercials. I'm like,
Come on,
that's Eddie Love's
Coming
out.
at 6, you tuned in at 5:45.
Right.
Waiting.
But thank you to everybody that has supported me over the years.
Oh, God, yeah.
I really appreciate you, the tri-state people, and those that listen online. Thank you for your daily sharing of my food for the soul.
Yes.
Which is daily inspiration. That's something that God inspired me to do. I do that every day. Even I did it from the hospital. I didn't even know I was doing it.
Wow.
But thank you for that. Thank you for resharing those posts. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your love, for your prayers. Just thank you.
We want to thank you for being on the TP
Yes.
Square Genesis Radio
Yes.
Show and the Diana Show.
It's
Thank you very much, and we definitely appreciate you today. Most
Always.
definitely.
That's right.
I'm
always.
just still trying to figure out the accent. And the smooth. Man. I'm sitting over here copying now.
I'm
smooth.
still amazed by his presence because, on a personal note, this radio thing came to me by chance. You know that. It wasn't something that I planned.
Same thing.
So for me, sitting next to him and Sue gives me hope.
Same
Like
way.
this is really gonna happen. Like what final words? Because we probably got 5 more minutes. What final words can you say, Eddie, to those of us who are entrepreneurs who are out here hustling and trying to make it? Like what are you
Trying to blow up, man.
trying to do it? What advice can you give us?
Especially in this realm where we're working
Broadcasting,
on captivating and changing people's lives.
Yeah.
Stay humble.
No, let Eddie Love ponder, man, because that's he's about to drop some more jewels on
Yeah,
us.
'cause you,
Well, as he thinks, I just wanted to add this
Mm.
because Eddie brought up a very big issue. Young men and women out here, you want to be treated like kings and queens. But that means you should treat your significant other likewise. You fellas out here who want to be treated like kings, make sure you treat your lady like a queen, and vice versa.
think about your mother.
I tell you,
and
Diana's
sister.
real talk is changing all of y'all. Converted all of these pro men.
Before you get on quiz, you gotta.
On that note, it's not coincidence that you said that, but the word that was given to me today and my daily inspiration, food for the soul, was love your neighbor as yourself.
Yes.
And if we continue to do that, then we'll be okay because we're loving ourselves first.
Right.
And you cannot transmit something you haven't got.
Yeah.
You can't share it, right?
Right. If you don't love yourself, you're incapable of loving someone else.
Yeah.
True.
And you could take that even in the business realm.
Mm-hmm.
You could take that anywhere in life.
And that's one of the problems with relationships. There's like 4 people in every relationship. There's me, there's you, there's the you who you think I want you to be, and then there's the me that I think you want me to be. There's no honesty. A relationship cannot exist with 4 people.
Confirmation.
It's 2 people. Me and you. But because we're not honest with ourselves, I can't be honest with you.
Jules.
Don't we talk about this? I'm just sitting here. I don't have anything to say.
That's
And that's
because most times I'm like 70.
that's the problem.
Yo, Cal,
Exactly.
I'm
And the
70.
honesty part is the part that I'm stuck on with Eddie. That's a jewel that's dropped.
Yes.
If you're not honest, it's just not ever gonna work.
gonna work.
It's
I just
not
want
gonna
to say one
work.
thing. Why you don't got a jewelry store? Because you just steady
Dropping jewels.
Right.
You got a
Hey
big
now.
jewelry store.
Hey now.
So you took time and just dropped jewels. And it's real positive what you said.
Yeah.
Right.
Fire.
Life changing.
Yes. And
Absolutely.
we talk about this all the time, and they say surround yourself with
Positive
like-minded and positive people. So this is affirmation, 100%.
Absolutely. It just took Eddie Love's house to come up in here
You just said
and made it all make
You
sense.
believe-
So I gotta confess, all y'all ladies
4
thought y'all was
people.
dating big.
That
Thought y'all
right
was
there
dating
is
hectic.
bad.
It's really
That's
real,
bad. Because you think, and you like, you're right, because you want her to be
Gotta give more
that
of my real
image,
name.
cut this out. This, you
I got you next week. We're
make
gonna
her
talk, me
change,
and you.
and she trying to do the same thing as you. And now when you said 4 people, that's crazy. That's true. It's true.
It's true.
But
It's true.
people-
We're not talking about him involved in
Yeah,
our
'cause you
relationship.
can't-
It's us and our alter
But
ego
when you say when
involved
people,
in the
the
relationship.
alter ego
And
right.
pride.
Pride,
Right.
false pride and ego.
False pride.
Right.
False pride and
Ego.
ego. will
So
kill
if
a relationship.
anything you got from what Eddie Love just said was for a relationship, because what Diana's real talk, we talk about relationships, his final thought was, listen, just be honest with each other.
True.
Be direct and honest without trying to hurt the person. Don't try to kill the person with bringing
the
them down and the
confidence, right.
confidence, right? It's all about honesty.
Exactly.
And I think if you take that anywhere, everywhere,
Everywhere.
that's what makes the change. That's what
She's-
makes it.
She stole this guy's soul last week.
No, I didn't. All right, on that note, we hanging out.
Soul.
Everybody, thank you so much
Stolen
for tuning
soul.
in. We got
I'm
Eddie Love, Sue
Stolen
Fearless,
soul.
Dana's Real Talk, because all my secrets are about to come out. Thank you, everybody. We love you. Tune in this
Shout
Sunday.
out to
10
Daryl
10
Easter.
a.m. to 3 p. tomorrow.
Wait, what
Yeah, I
was
see
it?
you.
Sunday?
The
10
Sneaker
a.m. to
Connect,
3 p.m.
Yolanda, I
tomorrow.
see you.
Okay, tomorrow,
Cool,
Sunday,
Miss
10
Prophet.
a.m. to 3 p.m.
Down
Eddie
East and
Love's house.
Easter
We
brothers
love you.
love y'all.
Love you.
Mwah. Thank you.
We're done.
Yo, we done, man. We'll holler back later.